Judge, this is a case of Cassidy's.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Miss Cassidy, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
We were married for several years, and he adopted my son from my first marriage, which meant my first husband relinquished all rights, and he doesn't want to take care of the child anymore now that we're divorced.
Okay, sir, is there a reason you don't want to take care of your son?
Well, he's not my son.
Well, yes, he is. You adopted him.
I thought I was in love with her. I just wanted to please her.
So you didn't really love the child at all, your son? Because he is your son, just so we're clear. You're not going to be able to say things like, it's not my child. You adopted this child legally. This is your child.
Well, he's not blood. He's her son. He's not my blood son. He's a redhead.
What does that have to do with anything, the color of his hair?
Kids.
What does the color of his hair have to do with anything?
I just always hated redheaded kids.
Okay. How did the two of you meet?
Well, I had been divorced several years, and I'm a...
The tension in the courtroom is thick as Judge Vonda Bailey takes her seat, the dramatic music amplifying the anticipation. This isn't just another case. It's a full-blown legal showdown. Miss Cassidy steps forward, calm, but battle-ready. She lays it out. Her ex-husband, who voluntarily adopted her son from a previous marriage, is now refusing to take responsibility after their divorce. Then, the ex-husband speaks, his voice cold and detached. "He's not my biological son." Gasps ripple through the courtroom, but Judge Vonda? She's unfazed. Without hesitation, she shuts him down. Adoption isn't just a formality, it's a legally binding commitment, just as real as a biological connection. And just like that, the stakes skyrocket. If you thought the drama peaked here, think again. This is just the beginning. And here...
Yes, he's a farmer.
Ma'am, I will give you your opportunity to speak in just a moment, okay? Go ahead, sir.
So my friends took me out to a club. I call them mammary clinics.
Okay.
Took me out to a mammary clinic for my birthday, and that's where I met her, and she strapped it to me, and I fell in love with her that night. And
You fell in love enough to adopt her son,
to marry her, because I thought I was in love with her.
okay?
And so we got married, and she coaxed me into adopting her kid.
Okay, you
The
adopted
redheaded
your
one.
child,
Yeah.
and you're here today because she wants you to
Pay child support.
pay
for
child
that
support
kid.
and take care of your child.
He's more of a ballerina than he is a boy.
What do you mean by a ballerina?
I don't want that kid. He's
Sir, you adopted this child.
well. Let his own father adopt him back.
Wait a minute. His father terminated his rights, and you adopted this child.
Well, she can talk.
Well, I'm
somebody
not
else
about to play this game with you, sir. Mr. Cassidy, we're not doing that today, okay? This is your child. You legally adopted the child, and you can be legally responsible for paying child support as well.
Well, his first dad give up his rights. How come I can't give up my rights?
Well, you know what? We're not doing that today. Today, you're going to take care of this child, okay?
Okay, what?
And you're not going to give him up because he's...
Comes the jaw-dropping twist. The ex-husband openly admits, without an ounce of remorse, that he only adopted the child to please Miss Cassidy, not because he actually cared. As if that wasn't bad enough, he starts mocking the child, calling him a ballerina and making a fuss over his red hair. Seriously? This man is acting like hair color determines parental responsibility. But then, Miss Cassidy drops an even bigger bombshell. She once dyed the child's hair just to make him more acceptable in her ex-husband's eyes. At this point, Judge Vonda Bailey's frustration is clear, and honestly, so is ours. So, the excuses are beyond weak, and it's obvious that this man is more concerned about his own ego than the well-being of the child he legally agreed to raise. Judge Vonda Bailey isn't here for...
No.
He don't fish.
Sir, Mr. Cassidy, how much money do you make a year?
Approximately 83.
83,000. And ma'am, now I'm to you. What does this mean, farmer?
I'd rather not go into detail.
Good.
Okay. $83,000 a year. And sir, you said, how many other children do you have?
I have 2.
2, okay. So you have 3 kids
They're
total.
not redheaded either.
Sir, the color of their hair should not affect whether or not you decide to be a father to those children versus your adopted son. You understand?
I understand.
Okay, well, as long as you understand. I have
Judge?
your gross, yes ma'am.
So I've dyed the little boy's hair now, so
What color is his hair now, ma'am?
His hair is the same color of his now.
And you all are aware that the color of this child's hair doesn't matter in terms of the financial responsibility, right?
I understand that, but he doesn't, so I'm just trying to make it to where he
I don't want to
likes
buy
his son.
tutus for
You
the
know
rest
what,
of
it is
his life.
ridiculous she even had to dye the child's hair to even make you receive any type of comfort, sir. That's ridiculous. Now, at $83,000 a year, I have your gross at $6,916.67.
Wow.
Who carries health insurance for this child?
I do.
How much is it for the child only?
$230 a month.
$230. Okay, sir, you're going to reimburse that to her monthly. Yes, you are. And your net comes out to $5,482.88.
Oh my. Oh.
Yes. What? Do we need to call an ambulance? You okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe an ambulance might help me.
Okay, well, right now I'm getting ready to help you with these numbers, okay?
Or a
Giving you
12
credit for
gauge.
the other children that you have. Your child support obligation is $808.72 plus the health insurance reimbursement of $230 a month. That makes your monthly obligation $1,038.72.
Okay, that's gonna.
Okay, and you can afford it. It's you make $83,000, sir.
Nonsense. She gets straight to the numbers. Mr. Cassidy, how much do you make a year? Approximately $83,000. She nods but keeps pressing. And how many other children do you have? I have 2. So you have 3 kids in total? Yes. Then the reality check hits. Judge Vonda lays it out. Hair color has nothing to do with whether a child deserves support. Mr. Cassidy's weak excuses hold no weight in her courtroom. Miss Cassidy even admits to dyeing the child's hair, hoping to gain her ex-husband's approval. But numbers don't lie. Based on his income, Judge Vonda calculates his child support at $1,187 per month, including $230 for health insurance reimbursement. The weight of the situation finally settles on him. He even jokes about needing an ambulance. But Judge Vonda isn't here for theatrics, just cold, hard facts. No more dodging, he's going to pay. Judge Vonda Bailey gets straight to business. She finalizes the child support at $1,387 per month, including $88.75 for support.
Well, there's a lot of overhead for farming.
Well, you know what?
Now-
Dye your hair red.
Well, that's not going to help me pay my bills. That's
It
not going to help
might.
me feed my cattle.
Well, you know what? You might want to choose some different alternatives.
Well, you got to eat. That's what. Where do you think your food comes from?
You grow my food?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I pay for it from you, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to continue to grow your food, and you're going to take care of this child, who's now the hair is dyed because you had a problem with the color of the child's hair. Ridiculous. Is there anything further here?
Yes, the last year that he hasn't paid, can he pay the back pay as well?
You know what? That is a great question. Are you asking for back pay today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, unfortunately, you did not put that in your paperwork that you filed with the court requesting.
And $230 for health insurance reimbursement. Of course, Mr. Cassidy isn't happy. He starts whining about farming overhead costs as if that excuses him from supporting his child. Miss Cassidy pushes for back pay, but the judge shuts it down. It wasn't filed in the paperwork, so she legally can't award it. Then, in typical fashion, the ex-husband gets sarcastic, throwing out comments about farming expenses as if that'll earn him sympathy. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Judge Vonda shuts it down. Feelings don't matter here. The law does. And the law says he's responsible. Just when you think this case couldn't get any crazier, Miss Cassidy drops a wild suggestion. Maybe the ex-husband could avoid child support by remarrying her. The judge actually laughs but quickly reminds her, this isn't a reunification. Court. With that, she dismisses the case, ordering the ex-husband to...
Fortunately, if you did not ask previously, I can't award it to you.
Okay.
So, monthly obligation. Listen,
Judge, there's another
we don't
option.
need all of that.
If he wants to come back and remarry me, we can do that. Then he won't
No.
have to worry about child support.
Well, that's
have-
an option.
I'm going back to my ex-wife.
That's an option.
I've got my other wife and kids. They're coming back. We're back
I just
together.
thought as long as he was
okay.
going back and forth, you know.
Oh, well, I'm glad to see
No
you.
going back.
Well, I'm glad to see that you moved on, and I'm glad to see that you're open to that possibility, but unfortunately, this is not reunification court.
Maybe she
This is
should go
child
back to
support
the
court.
memory clinic and go to
So,
work.
well, guess what? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Want to give that to your wife? Maybe she'll have you comb your hair.
Get out here.
Pay up. But even after the ruling, his attitude remains dismissive and unapologetic. It's clear he doesn't get it, and he probably never will. To wrap things up, Judge Vonda Bailey breaks down the legal implications of step-parent adoption under Texas law. She explains that once you adopt, the responsibility is lifelong, even after divorce. She encourages viewers to subscribe and share their thoughts, reminding us that these cases aren't just about legalities. They're about real children's lives.